What's up? An excuse to wash your dishes. Yeah. Do housework. Be productive. This is the kind of online personality I'm going to become. I'm trying to foster a responsible, terminally adult uh viewer base. Buddy doubling. What do you mean? What does that mean? Mm, Jesus. Okay, I just cracked open a Minute Maid zero sugar lemonade can. You don't get like cheated out of those, man. Like they pack that shit full of lemonade. The first sip, it's like it always threatens to fall out. Let me mute this every time. One day I'll remember to make notifications silent on my phone before I actually start streaming. Hi, hello. So I was thinking we could do a bit of I don't know. I don't really have a plan for today. I don't have a plan for right now. We could do some tier lists. That's been that's been around. Oh, tier list, tier list. We got votes. We got votes for that. There is need to switch over. Okay. Tier lists. Right. Pixar dads in order of hotness. Greetings. Ranking doors. The things boys do that give you the ick. Inanimate objects I can beat in unarmed combat. We've got to vote for Pixar dads. Is that what we're going with? Is that what we're starting? Ah, yeah, start there. I mean, hey, that's all the encouragement I need, brother. I need to actually copy the link. I'm such a paranoid streamer. Cause I know that shit happens constantly where like someone's personal info gets leaked, someone accidentally alt tabs and shows their address, some like username, whatever it is. I don't know. And it's like oh, I was gonna say it's not that big a tier list. Okay. Okay, that's not that bad. I'm terrified that'll happen. I know, which is why like I use Microsoft Edge when I want to capture a browser for streaming because I never use it for literally anything else. Let me set it up so it's picking up that browser. The hell is it? This off. Close this. Oh, here. You and you. Okay, here we are. Make a whole new profile on your computer. I was thinking about doing that and then I didn't do that. I don't know. I have no excuse. I have this trimmed for chess. I just what? 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 Okay. I can trim it a little bit more. Okay, that's good. That should be good. Can accidentally open files or sites. That absolutely it makes sense. Yeah, it's good practice and probably I should do it. I just haven't gotten around to doing it yet. So let's check out the levels of hotness we have. We have baby girl as top hot, then hot, hot, but he doesn't do it for me. Not hot, but I can see the potential. Not hot even conceptually. Not a dad. Hotness irrelevant. Okay, right off the bat, we've got these two, which I would say not a dad. I would say okay. It depends. Do we consider, is it Toy Story 4? The one way they where they make like the fucked up like spoon thing, right? Woody is a stepdad? I'm not up to date with the lore. How is Woody a stepdad? But also he is the most like milk toast cowboy ever. I think no matter what, he's not hot, not even conceptually. I would put him as not a dad, but also he's just not hot, even conceptually. Somehow they got a cowboy and they made him the most homeowners association cowboy ever. You know, like he drives a pickup is what I'm saying. He's not hot. Uh Now he's got a bit more going for him. He's with the one toy, little Bo Peep. So what? He's a dad because the sheep are his stepchildren. Is that the case you're making here? Uh huh. Uh huh. Well, okay, let's do that then. But I think we can agree he is not a dad, and he is also not a dad. So not a dad, hotness irrelevant. We're getting lore dropped in the chat, and it's taking some people by surprise. Since when are the sheep her children? I don't think they are. It's a heated debate. I can just look it up. Like, of course they are not, but well, okay. Toy Story. Yeah, it just. Oh, the AI is telling me about it. Did you just get like? Huh. Okay, that's a little messed up. Well, I think we found out pretty conclusively. Not a dad. Now I believe he's also not a dad. Like, okay, all of these up to here, actually, okay, college them, not dads. Adult them, kind of dads, actually, right? The AI backstory, I know that's like one of the worst things. But actually, okay, hang on. One of the implementations of AI that I actually think is okay, like I've seen it around and I actually really really like it, is in stuff like Amazon, any places where there's like a bunch of reviews and the AI kind of compiles the reviews and it gives you like a summarized like this is what people like about this, this is what they find a little iffy. You know, like it gives you just a quick little like 3-4 sentence thing where it gives you just like these are the strong points, these are the issues people have had. So you don't have to scroll through all the reviews and make you like, you know, the little AI blurb. I think that's a good application of that, of like the language model. I think that works. I think that's great. Anyway, he is not a dad, I don't believe. He never got a little kid potato. Now you I ask AI to summarize stories for me that I have to read for class before I actually read them. That way I don't have to read it multiple times to understand what's going on. Okay. I mean I think that's valid. It transcribes recordings really well. No, I think AI is really, really good for this whole like transcribing recordings for one, and also like doing it the other way around. Because text to speech fucking sucks in general. Like there's paid models and everything that you can get that are like very, very complex. But the base level for like Google, you know, or like Google Translate voice basically sucks. It's awful. I think AI can be really good for that. Like both ways around in that kind of thing. I think AI can really shine there. Anyway, uh I'ma say hot, but he doesn't do it for me. You know? I'm just moving along because if we are doing tier lists, we have a lot to get through. I say hot, but he doesn't do it for me. And he is, well, like, also not a dad and also not hot even conceptually. Because he has the most frat boy look ever. Look at that hair. Oh, I remember having that hair, and I don't like looking in this time traveling mirror. Now he is. Is this is adult him, right? Because this is just looks bad. So I have to imagine is the older animation, and this is the newer one. So also not. But you, I must say, not hot even conceptually. Have you seen actually? There was a post I saw around. God, I need to look this up. Uh, Mike isn't hot. Mike is not hot. I'm looking for a post, but like the keywords I'm using are a little complicated. Are a little sketchy. A little sketchy, so I need to make sure. I can't find it right now. Remind me to look for it, and I'll find it later, and I'll put it up in the Discord server. He honestly, like, okay, he straddles the hot. I think he is the definition of hot, but he doesn't do it for me. He's got like the good dad sort of devotion going for him. But also, no, you're so wrong. You're so wrong. He is not hot. He's so whiny. He's such a. If you were a fish, you'd marry him. Well, I'm not a fish. Yeah, I'm. I don't. You know. He's just so. Ugh. You know. Anyway, he is. Yeah, he's hot. He's not baby girl. He's hot. These ones are they not the children? Am I crazy? Are these not the? Is he a dad? He's a father figure. He's as much of a dad as they he is or he is. Other fish is hot. Other fish is hot. Damn right. Damn right. I can see the potential in him. It's honestly just he's so unfortunately like animated. He just looks ugly. He's got like a hot personality. He's got a hot personality, but he's just. Oh, are these the dads of like the respective like children that are the friends of Nemo that dare him to go bump the thing? Okay, my mind is high F. He is. I will. I'm just. These are just straight up just fishes. Not hot, not even conceptually. What that mouth do, though? Okay. Now, young Mr. Incredible, hot. We all agree. We all agree on this. You agree with me on this. He is hot. Now, father, Mr. Incredible, even hotter. I'm sorry, but even hotter. The Incredibles, they knew what they were doing. Gotta go real quick. We'll be back. Yeah, yeah, don't worry, don't worry. We're gonna go through this. Now, you. He doesn't do it for me. I think he just has like eternal uncle energy. Also, is he even a dad? I don't think he is, right? Never mind. He's not like. He's not. A dad, right? Yeah, no. I mean, he's an uncle. He's a father figure. I guess if we're counting Sully, we gotta count him. He's an adult that presents sort of a role model, right? But I think he's not a dad, but he is my daddy. Jesus. I swear this is not hard lemonade. Next time call me a furry, bro. This is the only one with fur, and I say he doesn't do it for me. You don't have a leg to stand on here. Now, Mr. Gusto is is I can see the potential, but he doesn't do it for me. He do be having uncle energy. He do. I mean, he is the uncle figure. He is the uncle. But yeah, if he had a child, I think he still wouldn't do it for me. I think this man would be an uncle to his own biological child, right? Now, this is Remy's dad. He sucks. Like he's just an asshole. He turns around in the end, but support your kid. Yeah, like he's not a good dad. I'm sorry. I know. It's like okay, but he is I don't know if this assumes a sort of I guess he's up here with Mr. Incredible. But young him oof. Oof. Well, he's not. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to say? He's not. I'm sorry. They did their best. They did. No, I bet they did. Now these, I don't. Is it from what is that movie called? The Crew? Is it something? Is this stuff? What are this? What's this from? Uh, I don't even know how to open this in like another tab. You can't do that. That's honestly, this browser is so messed up. Well, I don't know literally anything about these, so I don't think I can judge them. I'm just gonna leave them down here. Now this is anger, is it? I don't think he's a dad. Ratatouille when that tiny ass old lady had that thing on her. Bro, honestly, like she just started shooting like into the spice rack and everything. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's brave. That's brave. Oh shit. Never mind. I still don't really know much about Olive. I haven't seen it in so long. I'm just gonna say not hot, not hot, not hot, hot. And we're happy with that. Yes? Now, oh you, I dropped you all the way at the end. I'm so sorry. No, no, don't worry. You don't gotta stand back in line. You're here, you're here. You are I mean, he is literally hot, but he doesn't do it for me. I don't know. He's just a little too much. I like me someone that's a little bit more quiet, a little more pathetic. I like me you. You're hot. Let's go. That's I could live with this. I could not live with someone that's blowing up in my face all the time. Now these I have no idea who they are, what they're from. They got a big mustache. That's all I know. Now he's the dad from Inside Out. He's honestly, he's got that porn stash. Like that is kind of hot. Let's not let it be said. Let it be said. It's kind of hot. He's got the point. It looks good on him. What's so messed up is if you'd asked me this like 3 years ago, pre-pandemic, you'd asked me, "Is he hot?" And I would said, "No, no way, yuck, mustache." Now the mustache is kind of making a comeback these days, and it's so fucked because I don't like the mustache, but I've gotten used to seeing it, and now I'm like, do you know what? It doesn't look that bad. Now this is like from the Arlo, I think, the movie, whatever that is. I have not seen it. He likes them submissive and groomable. Whoa, groomable? Where the fuck you get groomable from? Whoa. You get that out of this. I'm a streamer now. You cannot be throwing around these accusations. I'm gonna have to put up like a 20-minute apology video interspersed with ads. I can't be doing that. I can't even monetize it yet. You gotta make me put out an apology video out there, and I can't even monetize it. Wait, just mean it like that? Yeah. Okay, cause like holy, holy lady, you came in swinging with that one. Give me a heart attack. This is Dory's dad. He just doesn't do it for me, bro. They really gave him like the worst hairline in history. I'm sorry. Like, look at that. How's a fish got a hairline? I think like, he's hot because he's a good dad. Okay? I'm gonna say this. He's hot because he's a good dad. But he doesn't do it for me. Lightning McQueen, I guess in the last movie, I hope they're not making more. He's not like he's kind of a father figure. He's more like a coach. But I guess if he's here, Lightning McQueen also goes here. And he can chow me any day. After playing Cars this weekend, I feel a little odd saying I like Lightning McQueen. After like nearly 4 hours of it's like conditioning therapy. Before those 4 hours, I don't think I would have thought about Lightning McQueen that way. But after staring at his ass for 4 straight hours last Sunday, now I'm like, rev that thing up, tilt on that turn for the fish's hairline, bro. He's just it's like halfway down his back, bro. You imagine that? Skeleton him, I'm sorry. I can see the potential, but he just looks like bad. But he's hot. He used to be pretty hot. Death did him freaking dirty, honestly. It made him look like a freaking hick. He looked like such a little gentleman here. And now he is a dad. He's daddy. He is the Hispanic daddy. He is. Look at him. He is like the you would see this in a dictionary. Him with the flowers. I mean, if I'm going after hairlines, I'm going after hairlines today. Check with me in like 20 years. We'll see how my hair's doing and we'll see if I revise my stance on this. But for now, you gotta have hair to be hot. I'm sorry to say. Grandpa, eh. No, I can see the potential, but he's got the sort of the good Hispanic tan, you know. He's got the sort of like the good like hardworking strong bones feel to it. Someone else talks, so my hands clean of this crazy ass messages. I'm just well, Barley? Who the hell is Barley? Am I going crazy? Who's Barley? Skelebone? Okay, he looks pretty hot. I don't know if he's baby girl. No, he's baby girl material. The hat and the stash really ties it together for me. In life, not hot even conceptually. He got like reverse himmed. Forget his name, but he got reverse himmed. Death made him freaking ugly, but Death gave him a jawbone, man. Kristen Durant is not next to the horse. What? Oh, him next to the horse? Who the hell is a horse? I mean, I don't know, but I haven't seen this is Outward, is it? I haven't I haven't seen is it Outward, Onward? I don't know. But I haven't seen any of this, so I cannot judge. He is not hot even conceptually. I'm sorry. I don't know if that's just a particularly heinous shot. He just looks. He likes them submissive and groomable, is I guess what I'm getting at. Onward. That movie made me sob. I think it's just like there's been this trend of like absolutely horribly marketed movies, animated movies, because I watched Elemental recently. I watched like well recently, some months ago. It was on a plane, and I watched it just kind of on a whim. It was just one of those you see it around. I seen ads for it. The ads made me think it was just like Romeo and Juliet, but like we've seen it so many freaking times, and instead it was like a very down to earth, very real, heart wrenching tale about immigrating into a new country. It was about the clashing of cultures, about fitting in. It was, you know, I'm not gonna spoil it. Don't worry, I'm not gonna spoil it. But it was not at all what the advertisement said. The advertisement had like a couple of quippy lines. He eats like a spicy food and goes like, "Pwah," like you know. What are we on? We are on some shit, is what we are on. Alyssa just called me a pedophile and then moved on, and now we're talking about a movie that's not even here. That's where we're at. This is his dad, right? Alyssa, why would you do that? Alyssa, why would you do that? This is his dad. His dad is not hot, but I can see the potential. And I see the potential materialized right here. He became hot with age. He was not that hot. You said I like. It's okay. It's okay. Let's move on because if this becomes like entrenched in the consciousness, if this becomes a bit, I mean, there's no way it becomes a bit because it's downright like it's straight up gonna push everyone away from this channel. If anyone joins this second and they see us talking about this in the chat history, I'm pre-canceled. It's like a pre-order of a game, except I'm pre-canceled. I just gotta wait to cash it in, but it's here. The receipts are out. Um, Honestly, as a fish, he's not hot even conceptually. This is the dad from Luca, is it? Yeah, he's not hot even conceptually. Human, okay, okay. He doesn't do it for me. He's a little too lost. I feel like the main thing I've got here is well, uh, aside from that, aside from that, I think the main thing going through it is like they're solid, responsible role models. He's not that. Also, I haven't even ranked him. He is the most wet blanket, pathetic. He is not hot even conceptually. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I watched Soul again recently because we got a new TV and we were testing the Roku on it, so we watched Soul. is he's just not hot. I'm sorry to say. I love Soul. I think it's a good movie. I do think like the message of it is like slightly like it like twists on itself at the end a little bit. It's just so odd. I don't know. I feel like it's one of those movies that kind of, because it's all about this ethereal thing about learning who you are, becoming the thing you're supposed to be, and also realizing that it's not that big a deal. Like all of that put together, I think it kind of like lost itself a little. And these, I have no clue. He rings a bell, but I don't know what he's from. So I think this is my definitive ranking for the Pixar dads. Are we happy with this? There's a good message was sent. Weird. Barley's a brother, not a dad. Colt to his left is his stepdad. Okay. The one guy is from Luca. Him? Okay. He's got the same damn mustache. Okay. Luca's so slept on. Luca is great. Luca's fantastic. I love Luca. Okay, let's go with the next. Greetings, tier list. This is a short and sweet one. Short and sweet one. Okay, let's check it out. Greetings. Top, high, mid, low, and trash. Aloha. I think unless you're in Hawaii, is low. It had its heyday. It's done. Silencio Bruno. Silencio Bruno. G'day, mate. Aloha is pretty high up there for me. Do you think? I I feel like maybe it's because I'm just also not from the US and also white. It's always seemed like such a weird way to Howdy is top. Bro. You're getting ahead of everything here. Howdy is all the way down here, brother. We got all of these to get through. Okay? It's hello and goodbye. Yeah, okay. G'day, mate. You know, that's honestly is trash. Because I feel like unless I'm assuming this is all if you are in the US. Because if you're like in like Australia, New Zealand, etc., this is what you say. But if you're in the US, because you have to put on an accent for this one. That's just fucked, like that's just anyone that opens with this is I would not want to continue the conversation. They start with this, I hit them with the aloha. It means goodbye, and I'm out. Good morning, evening, etc. It's a classic. It's not good or bad, it's mid. I think good morning, evening, and all that. Greetings. I'm gonna have to bump this up because greetings. No, greetings is just awful. Also, it's just I feel like if anyone opened with this, I'm not interested. Thank you. Next, I'm not. Hello is top. Hello is a classic. Hello's been around forever for a reason. For a reason. It's just hello. Hey, another banger. Hey there. That's not as good. You know what? Hey there. It's just hello is boring, so basic, but it's like it's a rock. It's solid. You can always count on hello. You know what I mean? You can always just open with a hello, and it's just you're safe. Everything else, I mean, I guess good morning, good evening, but that just depends. Exactly. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Because like if you open with an aloha, you open with a good day, mate, with a greetings, you're kind of giving away a little something about yourself. You're setting yourself up for like maybe like a immediately getting thrown out. Hello is fantastic. Hello is one size fits all. Nothing wrong with a good hello. Nothing wrong with a good hello. Hey is for horses, and we fucking love horses in this stream. Hey there, that's just unless your General Kenobi is just a little bit much. Hi is hello, but better. They took the hello and they made it better. Am I a horse girl? No. I'm dating a horse girl though, so we love horses in this household. Hey, Haya? Haya is honestly is high. Haya is decent, I think. Horse girl by association. Yeah. Hey, my grandma hates for horses. No, literally, it was just like it was. It's just this weird thing the older generation had against using hey instead of hello. They also have it with like I feel like a lot of people instead of saying you're welcome say no problem now, and it still absolutely boggles old people's minds. They're like, what do you mean? It's you're welcome. It's just it's the evolution of grandpa. It's the evolution of language. Grandpa, keep up. Hola, I mean, you gotta know your audience. To me, hola is, I mean, it's me. It's I love offending of old people with no problem. It's it's so odd because I feel like it conveys the same thing. In fact, I think no problem is even better. It's even sweeter because you're welcome kind of assumes that you did them a favor, like you're welcome, by the way. Exactly, it's only if I went out of my way. Exactly, and no problem is just is literally is no big deal. I just held open the door. I expend negligible energy. I expend negligible everything doing that. And it's just the old generation have this thing where they're like, oh my god, you can't do, like, you have to kind of lord it over them or something. Anyway, howdy. I think howdy's got to be up here. Howdy, partner. Exactly. Is that you just gotta hit him with a howdy. How goes it? How goes it is I've used this. How goes it is like it's decent. Oh, okay. We're having a fight. What's wrong with how goes it? I think how goes it is great. How goes it is lame, bro. I use it all the fuck. Am I lame now? Don't answer that. What do you mean? I use it all the time. I feel like it's a fun, quirky way to like, you open like, hey, hello, how goes it? Oh no. Makes me sound like a nerd. I am a nerd. Are you crazy? Salutations. That's right there with greetings. Greetings and salutations. It's the same. It's the same. It's the same vibe. It's the same vibe. But okay, I feel like how goes it kind of has the same energy as these two, but it kind of like it got out, you know? It made it out. It doesn't call them anymore. It's successful now. You know what I mean? Saw dude. Okay, both of my roommates freshman year of college were in I was going to say in a relationship, in a fraternity. They were not in a relationship with each other. They were in a fraternity, so I got so much saw, dude. It's like I'm overdosed. I'm like Obelix. I could not take any more saw, dude. And they were roommates, bro. And they were roommates. Yeah, we literally okay. I feel a little bad, but it was me and Thomas and Bill originally in that room. Now Bill was this international Chinese student. Nothing against Bill. Freaking love Bill. But he had a whack schedule. I'm not even saying that like, we were out partying and everything cuz Thomas, he was out. His name was Bill. Well, he picked the name Bill, the way that like Asian students when they come to the US, they sometimes pick an English name because their actual name is hard to pronounce. so of all the names he could have picked, he picked Bill. Bro, I don't know, but he acted like a Bill. You should have seen him walking around campus with his buzz cut, his like mustache. You know the kind of mustache you get when you've literally never shaved the top of your lip, so the sort of the starting peach fuzz just kind of becomes a mustache. He had that look. He had the buzz cut. He had that mustache, wearing a plain white tee and aviators around campus, bro. He was a legend. Fucking love Bill. but but okay, Thomas, he had a bit of like a he didn't have a very rough schedule, but he was in a fraternity. So he had like a lot of late nights out partying, etc., etc. You know, I didn't go out partying. I am like the antithesis of a frat boy. I stay at home. I'm a house cat. But still, I stayed up late as I was wont to do, as was my prerogative as a college student. And I didn't have morning. It was just like, and it's not even that Bill was incompatible personality wise. It was just his schedule was bananas. He was up at like 5 or 6 every morning to go out and hit the gym, and he would go to bed at like 8 p.m. And so he would like at 8 p.m. it was lights out in my room, and I was still looking to stay up for at least another 5 hours. You know, so after the first quarter, after winter break, we traded Bill for a guy in the room next door called Martin, because Martin was in frat. I don't think he was in Thomas's frat, but he was in a frat. And so they kind of had the same energy, the same everything. And he was in a room with two other Chinese international students that had like the same damn schedule that Bill. I don't know if that's just how they raise him over there, but Bill was up before like the, the morning sun. You know, he was out. He was up and about, and then he would crash at 8 p.m. Imagine having roommates in college couldn't be me. Well, what do you want me to do, bro? Commute from Spain? You're crazy. But anyway, I've had so much Saw, dude. It's kind of like it's done. It's kind of too much for me. I'ma put it at mid. I think it's very whatever. Bill is a legend. Bill is a legend. No, we met him like we were still friends. We would meet around and everything, and I think we were all a lot happier with the change of rooms. What's up? What's up is top. What's up? What's up? Okay, I fell victim a couple of times to the international student trap that is what's up, because what they don't teach you back home is that when US people say what's up, they're not asking what is up. They're just saying hello. So more than once during my first year in the US, someone would say what's up, and I'd just start being like, "Man, I have like a lot of work. I have this project due. I would just start giving them my whole everything that was happening in my life, and they just kind of had to stop there and listen to me and be like, "Oh, okay, man. Okay, it sucks." Oh, memories. Tim Hortons to you. This is just trash. I'm not even going to. I still have trouble with this despite being okay because they're asking what's up. Like I feel like I'm not at fault here. You're at fault. Then what's up? Me trauma dump? Not even like yeah. Like it's just crazy. It's just crazy because people will say what's up and the other guy goes what's up and that's just the greeting. What do you mean? That's just two unanswered question. It's two ships in the night. That's not an exchange. It's crazy. It messes with me. Anyway, I just quickly snuck the Tim Hortons to you out here because what the hell, you know. It's like when we ask how you are, you're supposed to say, living the dream. It's how someone will give you their life story if you ask what's up. Yeah, exactly. I like how you say that, Lois. Like in the South, you get tarred and feathered and rode out of town on a rail for that. Tim Hortons is a Canadian thing. It is. Yeah, I just don't know what the hell it. Mm. Yo is another. The monosyllabic one's fantastic. The less energy I gotta spend to initiate a conversation. Good. Let's get to the meat of this thing. We're not here. We're not here to exchange pleasantries. Let's exchange information. Sometimes there are some people that actually expect a real answer. Yeah, I don't know. I think What's Up is just it's such a death trap. It's top tier because it covers a lot of ground, but goddamn, there's issues. There's issues for sure. We've got Door tier list. Let's go open up a new one. I need to change my Edge homepage because I don't like that smattering of ads. Oh, this is literally just just doors, huh? Okay. Well, this is a sensible oaken solid wood door. Well, okay, I'm just gonna speed run these, and I'm not gonna give my thoughts on it. Is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. Oh, kids next door. Done. I'm sorry. I'm not elaborating. Ooh, okay. Biggest ick, kind of icky. Not an ick, but not an ick, kind of hot. Can't do basic chores. That's like biggest ick, because that's not. I mean, I guess it is boys, but I'm assuming we're talking men, and only a child can't do basic chores. Selfish. Hmm. Sings lyrics wrong. I guess it depends. Like, cause okay, there's a lot of songs that I only know like parodies to. There's songs that I don't know the actual lyrics to, but I know like the a cappella science parody to them, for example. I don't know the I'm in love with the shape of you, but I know the molecular shape of you, you know? So like is that an ick? I don't I think it's just it can be bad if they're just like enthusiastically singing like lyrics they are convinced are right and they're actually not right. But otherwise, I think it's fine. I think okay, okay. Next up, bad grammar. That's ick. Okay. What do you mean can't walk straight? Hang on a second. What the fuck does it mean? Can't walk straight. Like he's got a limp? Or or is there something wrong with his like inner ear? What do you mean he can't walk straight? Homophobic? Shut the fuck up. Yeah, it's like crazy. What do you mean? Like how? He's fruity. Is that what that means? Can't walk straight? Yeah, if like if people are going to say someone's fruity, just say someone's fruity. If there's someone like, bro, why we gotta have freaking codes for this shit? That's fine. It's not an ick. I don't know. He's fruity. Oh, bro, so he walks diagonal. Bro, dating a bishop? What do you mean he walks diagonal? You can't date a bishop. That's a ick. They're not meant to date, I'm pretty sure. I don't I'm just confused about this one. I'm gonna leave it down here for now until we get some wisdom. Weird pet names. When he's walking, he kind of trails off. Actually, I guess that's kind of icky. Yeah, I know what weird pet names are. You don't need to exemplify. It's okay. I got it. I got it. It depends on the pet name. I I think so, but I think I've mentioned this before. I have no idea how pet names happen, right? Because I've been dating Emma for like close to 3.5 years now. I just at what point do I switch from calling her Emma to calling her like Snookums, honey? I don't know. It feels odd. It's usually a balance thing. No, it's absolutely like an inner ear thing, I think. Call her honey. I've only ever done it like ironically though. Or when she's in trouble. Like yesterday I was like, "Emma, my dearest, can you not leave paint supplies in the kitchen sink?" Yeah, I like my name. I know. It's just I feel like it's odd. It's domestic. I don't know. I just use it ironically and eventually become normal. Maybe I don't know, but I think ultimately it's not an ick. I think it's like as long as you're into it. I don't know. Not an ick, but it could be if you're not into it. I think too active on social media. That's kind of icky. Like too active. Yeah. When she's in trouble. Yeah, if she does something around the house that I gotta be like, hey, can you please not do that again? I'm like, hey, Emma dearest, Emma, my beloved, can you please not do that? Sucks at communication, that's like biggest ick. Because, I mean, that's just, come on. Snoring? That's just not an ick. Bro, like, but what does it matter if they're snoring? I'm sleeping too. The fuck do you care? Ghosting, I think that's kind of there with like sucks at communication. And ghosting is sort of like even worse because it's like sort of the deliberate intent. Dude, snoring is a butt situation? I don't think so. I think snoring is fine. Don't be affecting my sleep. Okay, so I was raised my uncle, he snores like he is sawing logs. Like I swear his nose is just built like a trombone or something. It's crazy. So I was like when I was growing up, every time we went to my grandma's place after lunch, he would just knock out and he'd just be like snoring on the reclining chair and just kind of spend hours there listening to him snore, and I've kind of become conditioned. Like it calms me down. It's like a little metronome. It centers me. I don't mind snoring. I don't think it's hot, but I don't mind it. Quiet, that's not an ick. That's just a personality thing. Quiet is kind of hot, low key. Really? Well, I mean, I guess that's up to like preference. I like someone that talks a lot, or at least I feel like because the thing is I talk a lot, and if I'm dating someone that doesn't talk at least like a reasonable amount back, I just feel like I'm just talking at them. the whole time. Like I don't like to just be out there and just like putting my thoughts out there constantly and just getting like a little monosyllabic thing back here and there. Like I know they're in their mind, they're engaged, but me as the speaker, I'm like, maybe they freaking hate me, man. Swears too much. It's kind of icky, I think. I think swearing too much. I was raised to only ever say something when I have something important to say. What is it? The fool speaks because he has to say something. The wise man speaks because he has something to say. That's just something I read like on the side of a bus stop mid years ago and it stuck. But I don't think there's anything wrong with idle chit chat. I think it's yeah. Too much is kind of icky. I think it's like because swearing too much is sort of that middle schooly boy thing, you know? You know what I mean? Like when a kid discovers he's trying to rebel a little bit and he's like, "Oh yeah, this fucking spoon. Oh my god, this fucking water." You know, like it's just like swearing at everything all the time. Now, I have an issue with that a little bit. People always say they think I'm judging that because I listen a lot and I talk little when I'm just out in public. Okay, same. You wouldn't think it, but same. Because my issue is I'm just shy. So I get introduced into a new group of people and I just kind of sit there bouncing my eyes around from person to person. So whoever's talking just has my laser beam focus right on them and they think I'm like there's some kind of issue. And because I'm like kind of shy, whenever they say something funny, they do something kind of like that. I laugh, but I don't laugh with my whole chest. So they kind of look at me like, no common sense. That's a big ick. Like, I don't know. I like me a responsible person. I like me a responsible boy. Bad at driving. That's kind of hot, right? 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 I mean, if you're meant to know how to drive, being bad at driving, I think is bad. Now, I am bad at driving because I've been behind the wheel of a car 3 times in my life. Because I'm kind of learning now. Because I'm learning. Because I'm bad at driving. Come on, it's hot because I'm bad at driving. Yeah, no, no. If you stay bad, it's like a big ick. Bad at driving is just putting yourself and everyone around in, yeah, in danger. Weird laugh. I think that's kind of hot, honestly. Because I feel like people that have a weird laugh kind of condition themselves to not use it. So if you can make someone laugh to the point where the weird laugh comes out, that's hot. That's hot as hell. I think that's very hot if you can get the weird laugh out. Shaved legs, bro. Okay, that's fine. What if he's like a swimmer or something? I don't know. It's just whatever. I think shaved legs is not an ick. No, but I do wonder. Okay, because like boys that shave their legs, where does it stop? Because ultimately, I don't know about all of y'all boys, but I also have like hair above the legs, like on my chest and like my trunk, my stomach and such. Like, is there just like a line? Is it just like a straight line where it stops being shaved, or if do you just start shaving your legs and you end up like shaving the whole like everything? Because I feel like it sounds like too much effort. It does. And yet we expect it of women. What does that say about us? Mm-mm. Stupid. I mean, it's kind of hot, I guess. If there he's like a himbo is fun. Guys who shave just shave everything, and people like swimmers get waxes. It depends on the kind of stupid. I know if he's like a himbo, if he's like a well-meaning stupid, that's kind of hot. So I'm gonna say not an ick, but it goes the other way around. I think. If exactly. I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna put it here because it's not an ick, but if he's like actually stupid, ick. If he's a himbo, kind of hot. Scared of the gay or scared to seem gay. That's just a big ick. I feel like a lot like I haven't been putting a lot of stuff here, but obsessed with war history. Oh, never mind. That's ick. I had oof. And you know when they say obsessed with war history, it's World War Two. Why is every history buff boy, it's always World War Two, bro? Like they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I'm kind of it's always the World Wars." Yeah, but it's always like World War Two as well. Like there'll be a boy that he's like, "Oh yeah, I freaking love history. I love wars and everything." And then in a history class, you go through wars. You go to like 100 Years War. You go through like the 1812 whatever it is. Just like you go through all these wars, Revolutionary War, Civil War, all not a peep, not a thing to contribute. Absolutely lost. We hit 1939, and the man becomes a mega brain. It's always the same. It's always the same. They're like, oh, I'm into history. I guess I like wars. I guess every time it's World War Two. Sweaty hands. I mean, it's kind of. I guess it's like it's sad because he can't control it, but it is kind of icky. Like if you're gonna hold his hand, and it's kind of, you know, but too open. I guess kind of icky. But is there such a thing as being too open in a relationship? I don't know. I don't know what that says about me, but I'm like, is there such a thing? It depends on whether I guess it depends, yeah. Pick me boys. That's ick. I don't think it's like the worst thing ever. But yeah, anger issues is the worst thing ever because that's just honestly, you just go get that fit. It's okay. I've mentioned this before, but I feel like anger issues is such a weird concept to me because just just stop being angry, bro. I don't know what you want me to say. It's so weird. Like I guess maybe because I've never really experienced them, but I'm like I just don't get it. Updating on bowel movements. Okay, I get it. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at kind of icky. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. Voice cracks. I don't know. I mean, I'm the one that has the voice cracks. I've never had to consider how hot a voice crack is because girls don't really get them. Men with voice cracks. Okay. Belle likes them submissive and groomable. You guys. I think it's just it, not an ick. It's just it's just a thing. You know, you have them or you don't. Answers with good night and I I love you too, I guess. I don't know. I mean, it's a little low effort, but it's just communication. I think it's fine. Not funny but makes jokes all the time. That's hot as hell. That's what I do. So it's got to be hot. Tell me this is hot or I am done. I like if this is not hot, I'm like this is a streamer. You gotta understand, this is a Twitch streamer. Behold a man, you know. This is me. Asked to come over instead of a proper date. To me, that's hot as hell. Yeah, let's stay home. Say something funny. Get bent. How about that? Yeah, tell us a joke. Oh man, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. Quit that. Quit that. No, no. No, I said you. I literally said I'm not. Don't ask me to say. I cannot. I cannot be funny on the spot. I don't know. What do you, I don't. What do you want me to say? Mansplaining too much. That is icky. That's just ick. Is it biggest ick? I don't know. Uh, girls in the chat. Bad haircut. That's kind of icky. Makes jokes about women. Oof. That's kind of biggest ick. You can train someone not to mansplain. Oh, how can you do that? Can you explain to me how you can? I'm just so like dumb and ditzy. I don't know how to. Can you explain to me how to train someone not to mansplain? That's no real sport. That's that's kind of icky. I think. I don't know. Like there was a time I did no real sport. I don't think it made me. A, I think okay. The issue with doing no real sport is that it creates kind of a domino effect, right? Not doing sport means you're not well, not being active means you're not keeping in shape, you're getting out of shape, and that kind of affects mentality, that affects body image issues, that makes you feel worse, you know? Like it has a knock-on effect on your image, your self-worth, your personality, therefore, and therefore also how you interact with other people. So I think doing no real sport in itself is fine. There are ways to be active that aren't organized sports. That's fine. Yeah, of course there are. But running is a sport. Riding a bike is sport. A sport is like exercise. Like it's fine. Don't like hugs. That's fine. That's not an ick. That's just a preference. That's just yeah, live your best life. That's fine by me. Thinks periods are ew. That's ick. I don't know if it's like the biggest ick, because I think everyone on some level thinks periods are you. Everyone on some level. I think even people that have periods think periods are you. But it's one thing to be. It's another thing for like a guy in a relationship to not want to know about it, to not want to like buy tampons or pads or like that's fine. Whatever. Doesn't like his sister. I mean, it depends. I think in general it's kind of icky, but is she terrible? Periods or whatever, and I hate when guys are like, ew, I know, yeah. I grew up with two sisters, so I am well and truly immune to all kind of period ick. I've been in and around it. Do I like my sisters? Yeah, they're fine. I don't know. Like my family is not very intimate with each other in general. Like we have that very like European kind of this cold regard and respect for each other. Like we love each other very much, don't get me wrong, but I only call my parents once a week, and sometimes my sisters are not in the room when that happens, so I can go like basically weeks without getting in touch with them, and that's fine. Skinny jeans, kind of hot. I think you see the. I mean, it comes and goes with the fad, but I think skinny jeans. You're not close with either of your sisters. That's okay. I'm close with your sisters. I got you covered. Obsessed with his boys. Uh, kind of icky. It's fine for the most part. I think skinny jeans, you know, they can they can show you. It's a very European upper middle class thing to be a distant with immediate family. Yeah, that's yeah. Yeah, don't I know it? Gym obsessed. Obsessed, I think is ick, because there's like a whole personality that comes with being like a gym bro and a gym rat. Yeah, I know. Alyssa did mansplain my family. Doesn't have a six pack. I think is not an ick. I think a six pack is hotter than no six pack for sure. But that's fine. Bad breath. That's kind of ick. Well, I mean, it's ick. It's not just kind of ick, because bad breath is either like a diet thing or like a mouth hygiene thing, and both of those things, like, they go hand in hand with like good habits, good personality, etc., etc. Ick, brush your teeth. Exactly. Ick, brush your teeth. Picky eater is kind of icky with middle class white people. Yeah, it's just yeah, it's very much a thing. Okay, let's see what else, what else, what else. I think okay. Oh yeah, picky eater. We just put there. I think that's kind of. I think it's kind of icky to be a picky eater because there's a level of maturity I think that comes out of enjoying a wider range of food. You know, I think I've become one of the yardsticks by which I measure how mature I've become since I was a child is the way that I will go to a restaurant or to wherever it is we're going, and I'll look through the menu and I see something weird, you know? I see like a shrimp quesadilla with chocolate dip, you know? And I'm like, that looks weird as hell. I have to try it, you know? Like, what does that look like? Why are they selling it? So, like, I think that's one of the things that I'm like, I'm because as a child, that's why there's like the children's menu where you look at it and it's just like the chicken nuggets, pasta, fries. It's like the most just like crunchy, bland food that's kind of like nice and chewy, like no texture issues, no nothing. I kind of think one of the things that comes with maturity in general is to be like, hey, try something a little different. No, you make efforts. Yeah, that's all you need. Bad at losing, that's kind of icky. Okay, okay, it can be kind of cute. It depends. If he's bad at losing in like an explosive way, that's icky. If he's bad at losing in like a sulky kind of way, I think that's kind of cute. It bothers me when people don't go out of the comfort zone. I'm very good at going out of my comfort zone in certain respects and very bad in other respects. I have a hard time going out and meeting new people, but yeah. Grown people have safe foods like mac and cheese and chicken nuggets that they eat every single day. Yeah, no, not me. I'm so happy that okay, Gail has discovered like a love for cooking, and she'll go out and she'll make these like funky recipes. She'll like throw something in. She'll make like a ramen one day and like salmon avocado spicy bowls another day, and every single damn thing is so tasty, and she enjoys this variety, and she enjoys going out there and getting I lucked out. That's all I'm saying. I lucked out. Because God knows, I suck at cooking. Now I know that's kind of biggest stick, but I clean up, I do laundry, I do other stuff, but just cooking, I cannot do. Anyway, doesn't shave his armpits. I think it's not an ick because it's just kind of the default guy thing. I don't know. It's there's definitely something to be said for preference here, but I think as a girl, you're probably not surprised if a guy doesn't shave his armpits. Bad at winning. What the hell does what the hell does that look like? What the hell does bad at winning look like? Okay, now Cedric, you have to say you like armpit hair, and that way we can, we have the full spectrum. Like they're an ass where they win. Oh, okay. That's ick. That's worse than bad at losing because I feel like bad at winning is just bad. No balls, wimp. That's kind of hot. I think that's kind of hot. I don't know. Sue me. I think that's kind of hot. Sore loser, exactly. Well, no, but sore loser is bad at losing, right? Bad at winning is sort of like it kind of rubs it in your face type thing. Andrew Tate fanboys is like biggest thing. Awkward. Are we supposed to be shaving our armpits though? You're do whatever you like, man. Like if you want to shave them. I don't think you need to. I don't. God knows I don't. But that's just a body image thing. If you like them shaved, shave them. If you don't like them shaved, don't. There's no. Less sounds like effort. Yeah. It keeps giving me Andrew Tate in my feed. I'm so sorry. I'm so blessed. The algorithm has never thrown any of that my way, and I dread the second it happens. Thought Andrew Tate got banned. I don't know. I know he's like in prison, so so there's definitely that happening. I don't know about banned. Awkward. I think awkward can be kind of hot. I'm gonna put it at not an ick, but because there's there's degrees of awkward where it just absolutely kills the vibe. Like everything. He's in prison. Yeah, he got let out, but then he got put back in, didn't he? Didn't like British authorities get him or something? Hang on. Yeah, for human trafficking. Yeah. Yeah, 7 days ago, will be extradited to the UK after Romania trial. Yeah, Andrew and Tristan Tate to the United Kingdom, where they would face charges of sexual aggression in a case that dates back more than a decade. Yeah, he's being sent to the UK. Yeah, yeah. He got let out, and he's going to the UK. I hope they get him in like a just basically like a pain wheel of just constant. Because I'm worried that someone like him is just not gonna be put away for good, for long. Just because he's got a following, he's got a thing. But anyway, bad posture. I mean, I'm sitting here doing this tier list posed like a freaking prawn, my man. Like I mean, it's not an. I think it's not an ick. Okay, it can be like egregious. Bad posture can be egregious. I think we all could do with sitting with our back straight, and we don't actually ever do it. But if you're out here like contorting yourself every time you sit down, then that's kind of yeah. Smells like an eighth grader mid puberty. What is that smell? I don't know what that smell is because believe it or not, I guess while I was an eighth grader, I I was swimming in it, so I didn't smell it. And believe it or not, post eighth grade, I haven't gone around smelling eighth graders. So I don't care if it's casual or somewhere nice and fix your posture. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Like onions and wet dog. You're crazy. Humans cannot make that smell. Was the last time you smelled an eighth grader in eighth grade? Probably. I mean that's kind of icky, I guess. If it's that bad, Jesus, yeah. Small hands. Now I have to be careful here because Gail has tiny little hands. I think that's not an ick. I mean, I think it's more of an ick on a guy than a girl, just because of traditional gender role shenanigans. But I think in general, it's just fine. Calls you mommy unironically. Depends on whether you're into it, I guess. Women are expected to have smaller hands, so yeah, that is true. That is true. I think, if someone calls you mommy or daddy like unexpectedly, it is the most jarring thing ever. Yeah. Unironic mommy's an ick if it's not part of your culture. Exactly, exactly. If it's agreed upon, if it's something you're into, it's fine. Which I think that's sort of what this category is for. Weak? Uh, I mean, not an ick. Now, misogynistic, I do think is, probably the biggest ick. If you are a girl looking to date a guy, it'd probably be nice if he likes you back, I guess. Yeah. Apologizing too much, that's kind of icky. There's definitely, I think, an issue with people who like say sorry too much. That whole thing can definitely be an issue. It's kind of icky for everyone. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's kind of icky for everyone. Yeah, yeah. No one gets out of this one. Apologizing too much, isn't it? Thinks he knows it all. That's kind of mansplaining. So I guess wherever we put that mansplain, yeah, here, it's just ick, I guess. Lazy. I love how the font matches the issue, like the size. So lazy is just massive. I think lazy. It's not an ick, but I think because it can be an ick. I used to apologize too much, but then I got therapy. Yeah, it's I I the closest I've had to that is just when I was first in the US and I had to constantly apologize and ask people to say what they just said again, and it just that I just felt like a big burden. But that's not really the same thing. Lazy can be helped usually. Yeah. And I think like if you're lazy but you're in a relationship where that's fine, meaning like you're in a relationship where like lazy is like you both of you are lazy, like he's lazy and you're lazy right back, you can have a nice lazy Sunday, as long as it doesn't get, I think it's not an ick as long as it doesn't impede day-to-day life and enjoyment, right? Like if it's lazy to the point where it's like crippling, yeah, that's an ick. Because like he's got to be able to like get up, do stuff. Mama's boy. I think that's kind of icky. I don't know. Like, okay, is Mama's boy like severe? How severe is Mama's boy? I've just never really interacted with one, I don't think. It's like a weird relationship. Biggest ick. Okay. Explain. Is Mama's Boy basically like prioritizing their mom above like you, the relationship, etc.? Because I think that's ick. I is that biggest hello? Okay. Is that biggest ick or is it just ick? Is my question. They'll ignore you and always side with their mom. I think that's okay. I don't think it starts out always being like a big issue. I think Mama's Boy, it's something that gets worse the more serious the relationship is. So I think it deserves a spot in Biggest Ick just because it's gonna climb its way there eventually. When they are obsessed with something but have bad taste in it. This is pointed. This someone hurt whoever made this tier list and they did this because this is a very specific one. Crazy ass moms who treat their kids like their husbands. No, I have not. I've not seen that, but I am aware that that exists. And yeah, if that's a mama's boy, that is biggest dick for sure. The bad taste is kind of hot. Really? Like a sort of wet puppy thing? I think okay, I think it's I think it's not an ick. I don't know if it's hot for me, but it's not an ick. I think it's fine. Okay, let's go. Let's see what's next. Loud chewing, chewing with mouth open. That's ick. Like that's just like learn your manners, you know? Like were you raised in a barn? Come on, just like close your mouth when you're chewing. Please. Forced voice, meaning what their normal voice sounds kind of weird, so they put on a different voice. I didn't even know that was an issue. Who the hell goes around putting on a different voice all the time? I think it's kind of icky just because I feel like that would be I think that that would just be weird to find out. Like, you know, one day he slips and he comes up with like, hello, and you're like, oh shit, what? You know, like I think that would be an issue. Otherwise, fine. I don't. Well, I mean, it's not. Otherwise, I think it's fine. I think otherwise, it's you know, like it's just why would you hide that? I don't know. Pervert is icky. I guess it depends. Are you? Is he getting you involved? Or put on weird bro accents around the guys. Yeah, that's still kind of icky. Is pervert big ick? Or like are like at the well, okay, is pervert like getting you involved in it or because you know, I think if he goes away into his little perv basement and just comes back 2 hours later perfectly refreshed, you know, I'm just saying, is it something I gotta partake in or you know or is he doing because if it doesn't listen it's definitely icky but I'm just saying what kind of level of ick is it. I don't think it depends. Do you have a basement we don't know about, bro? I wish. Do you think if I had a basement do you think I'd use it for pervy stuff, bro? Like if I had a basement I'd be putting fucking like storage in it, man. We don't have room for clothes in this house. I need some square footage, bro. If I had a basement I could not afford it. Into like you're a swinger or something. Yeah, I guess if it's going to be affecting you, it's definitely an issue. Like if it's on this list, it's definitely something that you notice. I'm gonna call it biggest ick. Wearing sunglasses when the sun isn't shining, I think that's kind of hot. Just the confidence, just the confidence to throw on the Ray Bans. when it's cloudy out. Pants that sit so low you can see their butt when they bend over. I guess it depends. Is that kind of hot? It depends. Do I want to see their butt? I think if I'm into the guy, I believe that's hot and voice cracks, Aaron. Okay, because this is how we find out you like boy butts. Bro, this fucking stream is killing my reputation like that, man. What the fuck happened? So, so, so let's review. Let's review. So far, I like them groomable, I like boy butts, and I sniff 8th graders. This stream, the character creation in this stream is going bonkers bananas. I'm not coming out of this. Oh, hi, someone just joined. Hello. Please disregard whatever you just heard. Holy shit. I'm so sorry. Uh Imagine joining the stream. The first thing you hear is that I promise it's not true. Okay, pants that sit so low you can see their butt when they bend over. I'm gonna put it at it depends. Not an ick butt. Because if you want to see their butt, I think that's fine. Can't swim? That's ick. Like, bro, okay, let's be honest. Like 70% of the globe is water. How are you gonna tell me you don't know how to swim? It's kind of icky. I think yeah, learning it's literally not that hard. Like you float by default. Then you just like gotta flop your arms. It's not that hard learning how to swim. Interrupts you when you're talking. Yeah, that's big ick. That's big ick. You're teaching Minecraft Steve how to swim. Oh, is that your what like fourth, fifth, sixth, 10th, 15th cat? Kind of icky. Oh, the butt thing. Okay, okay, for sure. Learning how to swim is also very European. Is it? Wait, is it not normal for people to learn to swim in the US? Like, do y'all not go to the beach? And what do you do if you go to the beach in summer? Do you just like what get your feet wet, put on the floaty, just chill on a towel? Like I don't know. Like it, I I don't I. Okay, to be fair, I got taught how to swim very early on. I don't really remember it very much. I remember it was fucking traumatic, actually. I was afraid of the water for a long time after being taught how to swim because it was at this community pool. It was at this community pool and we were all like young little kids, like we must have been I want to say maybe 6. 5 to 6 years old sounds about right. And we all went, the whole classroom, boys and girls, went to the same changing room. We all changed together. And this one, like, it started like 5 years old, but it went, we did these classes for like a few years. So, like, it definitely got to a point where it was like a little uncomfortable that we had the whole class getting naked in the same room. But we went to that community pool. We would all get changed and then we would go to the pool and we had this one coach that was just teaching us how to swim. And he was very militaristic about it. He would just like go like, "Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Get in there. Get fucking." He would play with your emotions or something. He would do like good cop and bad cop on you. And he would just he would literally just grab you and throw you into the pool, just like literally sink or swim. And then there were like these other lifeguards patrolling right next to the lane we were supposed to swim on with these like hooks, they're made to like sort of like if you're struggling to swim they can reach around under your armpits and kind of lift you up out of the water if you need it. It was sort of just like a big hook, and you just kind of like got under the kid. But like as a child, that didn't want to go into the water. And then this big, muscly, bald white man just grabbed you by the waist and just chucked you in and was like, swim to the end. Do it now. And then you're swimming. You're like gulping down water. You can barely float. You're doggy paddling. It's terrifying. And you see like the freaking Grim Reaper or the little imps in hell just patrolling back and forth. Two lifeguards with these long metal hooks. I was terrified of swimming for a while. I could swim at the beach because that was just like a different setting, but pools I was terrified of. When I turned 12 and my mom said like, "Okay, you have to do." I had been doing basketball up until then. I sucked so bad at basketball. You have no idea. Like I sucked so bad at basketball. There's videos, we bust them out every Christmas, just family videos, and it's me. It's a whole team of 12-year-olds doing their best at playing basketball, and then it's me literally prancing, like hopping and skipping my way up and down the basketball court. I just kind of just jaunt my way up to the guy with the ball, and I literally jump and then splat down on like in front of him, all like ready to go. But like it's the campiest freaking approach you've ever seen. Someone else, on my team shoots, they score. I do a little jump and like I'm like all excited about it. Someone on their team scores and I go like, oh, like do like a gesture with my arm. I'm bad, bro. I was 12. It's horrible. Anyway, I quit basketball. Um, and so my mom was like, you got to do something. How about swimming? We've got the community pool. It was the same damn community pool, because it's not like we moved. So the pool that was closest to the school is also the pool that's closest to my house. Is the same damn pool. And I was just like, I don't want to go swimming. Like, I wasn't against doing sport. I just didn't want to go swimming. And I didn't want to go swimming, especially there. But she was like, just give it a try. Just sign up. See how you like it. And I ended up loving it. I did swimming for 6 years after that. And it was fantastic. I loved it so much. Acting gay is, I'm going to say, not an ick. I don't know. Is he kissing boys? Because that might be an ick. Otherwise, otherwise, I think it's fine. When they want you to prove that you like, when they want you to prove that you like something because it's unusual for a girl. Oh, so you're like, oh, you're not a real gamer. Okay, what games do you play? Oh, Animal Crossing and The Sims don't count, by the way. Yeah, no, that's. I don't know if that's biggest ick, but that's ick. Like, I feel like these are big personality flaws. This is just being an asshole. Acting gay is weird if it's not for the joke. I guess if it's acting gay and the sort of like the proof of gayness in terms of like you know kissing a guy, taking it up the bussy, that I think that might be an issue. If it's just being kind of campy and it's being kind of fruity, it's probably fine. Yeah, what is acting gay exactly? Too nice. I don't think. Is there an issue? Like, it's not an ick. I don't know. Can you being too nice? I think it's generally fine. Don't wear socks. Like with shoes? Like you don't wear socks? That's crazy. Wait, can you do that? Is that allowed? I keep ripping up my socks. I need to know. Asking for a friend. Can you just not wear socks? Is an ick? Okay, never mind. I'm gonna put it on ick. Gay for the homies versus acting gay to make fun of gay people. Oh yeah, definitely. But okay, let's put it, since there is that caveat. Let's put it on not an ick. but like it's generally not an ick, but it could be. Too sensitive. That's kind of icky, I think. Well, I mean, is it? It's. I feel like this in a boys X tier list does make me worried about the sort of the whole toxic masculinity, hide your feelings type thing. Still not done washing dishes, bro. How many people are you feeding? Doesn't have opinions of his own. That's ick, I think. I think that's kind of severe. You gotta have stuff that you hold on to. It's kind of weird because I don't. I feel like I don't have a lot of severe opinions, but every now and then something comes out, and then it like I have a rant locked and loaded. I'm like, okay, whew, we're good. We're in the clear. Just keep stopping to watch the stream. It's okay. This is basically like a podcast. It's tier lists. Boys X is done. We've got one left. Let me check out how long it is. Okay, it's pretty short. So I think we can do this. That's probably gonna put us at around time to finish the stream anyway. It's gonna put us at like 2 hours or so. And Valerie is streaming, so I can send you over there. We can raid. That's gonna be fun. Time to find more tier lists. Yeah, go on the server, put them on there. They've been done. Okay. Objects I can beat in a fight. Banana is GG. Well, okay. Now there's of course the unfortunate situation in which you're beating up a banana and you slip on the banana peel. Right? That's if cartoons have taught me one thing, banana peels are a much bigger issue than you would expect. So I think bananas, it's in my favor, but you cannot discount an upset. You cannot discount a come from behind win. A bottle of beer, I can wreck. I think a bottle of beer, you just like, it's past bedtime, brother. No, it's not. Stick it out. Come on, come on. We're almost there. A belt. When has that ever happened in real life? I don't know. It could happen. Now, me like going up against the belt does have some connotations that I do not love. But also, okay, barehanded, how would I destroy like leather is hard to rip. I think it's a I think it's a tough fight just because I don't know how I would, you know. Actually, I'm gonna put it at coin flip because bicycle isn't tough. My butt clenches so hard at the belt. No, Alyssa, it's fine, it's fine. Uh, I feel like a belt in the context of like beating up a child. Which to be fair, okay, let's establish to be fair, there is no situation in which hitting a child is acceptable, I think. But also, like I feel like getting like a switch or a belt or like that's just like that's a weapon. Like you're crazy. Like, I'm not saying like there's degrees to it. It's all bad, but there's degrees to it, man. Anyway, bicycle. I think a bicycle is a tough. It's a tough fight. I think a bicycle is a tough fight. Brick wall. I don't know that I could beat. I'd have issues with a brick wall. The belt is too much power. The belt is too much power. I think it's like it's deceptively powerful. If you've ever been hit, okay, I guess if you've ever been hit by a belt, you know. But also, if you've ever been hit by like in the pool when you would just like swirl the towel up into like a thing and then like whoosh, hit someone. If you've ever been on the receiving end of that, you know that anything that has that sort of that whipping motion that carries a lot. Like it hurts. And that's just like a towel. That's not like that doesn't carry the same rigidity. It doesn't transfer the power as good as a belt, bro. Getting hit with a belt's crazy. Have you seen the ad where the Kool-Aid man walks up and he's wakes up and he's just an empty pitcher? I've not seen that. I don't think I've seen Kool-Aid ads. I wouldn't say ever. That's not true. I think I've seen one or two around Super Bowl season, like maybe a year or two ago. Other than that, I don't get Super Bowl ads. What is this just like the brush of a broom? Is this just because yeah, I clap that. Now a curb, I feel like how would you it's cement, it's rock. With my bare hands, there's no way. This is a a wall? It's insulation? There's I don't think it's glass. It's kind of hard to it's easier to see on stream somehow. Oh, he wakes up and fills this up in the shower and then picks his flavor to get ready and then he leaves the house by busting through the wall. Okay, that's actually really funny. That's actually really good. That's a very funny ad. Good job. I think it's drywall. I've never punched through drywall, but I suspect it's not that hard. I'm gonna say coin flip because I feel like I might also just break my hand on it. But I've seen enough videos of drunk people smashing their whole heads through a wall to suspect I can probably take this easily. Now, okay, controversial opinion. I can wreck a car barehanded easy. You just get in it and you just drive it into a thing. Like, am I crazy to say that? I feel like a bicycle is like it's a tough fight. You can do the same thing, but in a bicycle, the car will protect you. Where the bicycle, you hit something, you also get it rough. With a car, you just get in, press the accelerator, go into the wall, do a 2-for-1 with the wall. Just go like, pyong. That's fine. Door, just a regular door. I tough, tough fight. You can kick a door down. You can like splinter it off of the thing. Being in a bike ride will take you out, but the bike will survive. I believe that. The employment application, I think this says. I wish I wish I could see this in a different tab. Like Firefox would let me see this in a different tab. It doesn't let me do it here. Can't believe I got hit by a car on my bike. Bro, I'm waiting for it to happen. It's gonna happen. I just know it. Like today, this car just like I was riding my bike on the edge of the actual street, the actual asphalt. Because that's where it's marked. It's marked on the street. There's a little bike symbol and it's like, if you're a bike, you go down here. So I just stick to the right as best I can and I go. And it's one of those residential streets that had cars kind of parked on both sides where it's like it's 2 lanes, but it's kind of really more 1 lane and a half. And I'm riding my bike. Up the other way is coming a UPS truck, and then this car trying to like squeeze in between the UPS truck and me before I kind of shut it off. It's gonna look like woo, and nearly took me out. Like I felt the wind like on my arm hairs, bro. Like it was right there. People in cars around bikes are stupid. They are so stupid. And the craziest thing is because I have my driver's learner's permit now. So I've been driving around with Gail. I've been trying to figure out, and it is hard to judge. I know experience factors into it, but it is hard to judge where your car ends on the right side. Like it is hard to judge. I kept having the issue where I would veer too far right because I would see myself kind of like, I was worried I was getting too much into the opposite lane. So I would like I almost like overcorrected to the right. And Gail would have to keep shouting at me to not hit the parked cars. So it's like it's hard to know where the edge lies, and it's crazy that people will just be zooming around past me in a residential street. It's incredible. The trick is to kind of ride the middle line. No, no, yeah, I kind of figured that out by the end of the session, the weekend before last. Anyway, employment application. I've never filled it in, um, but I am okay. Let's start from the middle, and then we go. Okay, I am white. I am a man. I am international. I think that's two demerits because that's visa troubles. I am college educated. It's a shitty market. I'm kind of like tallying it up and down. I'm carrying the ones in my head. Employment apps are tough. I I mean, I'm gonna trust you on this. I've never had to fill one in. I don't well, I mean, I guess I filled one in for like my job, but that was pretty easy. I don't know. The position was basically guaranteed for me. So I've never had an issue with that. Street light. Now, once again, if I have the car, this is easy. Without a car, that's infrastructure, man. How do I get rid of that? Make an account, do random tests. Okay, I've been seeing that recently on like r slash like mildly infuriating or something like that, where it's like these weird personality tests or like psychology tests or something they make you do, like take an IQ test, and if the IQ is just not high enough, you're off by a point, and they don't even consider you. What is this shit now? I never even heard about this. This cannot. It feels like this cannot be legal. Like I feel like the same way they can't ask you what race you are. You know that well they're not supposed to like ask you what race you are, what sex you are, what sexual preference, orientation, and everything you have. I feel like they shouldn't be allowed to make you take an IQ test. Short answer questions. Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry. Okay, a lawnmower. I think a lawnmower kind of lives with a bike in this. Like it's got more power, but I feel like it's more fragile. You know, it's more of a glass cannon. So it's bike worthy. Oh, now you know. You cannot. Okay, you cannot deal with this. You cannot wreck a Lego. Just turn the lawnmower off. Okay, I mean, going by that metric, just don't ride the bike. But like, it's like we gotta fight these things. I think even if the lawnmower is off, I still gotta take it apart with my bare hands. I think I might struggle with that. Lego piece we know is the bane of all that is good and holy. It's in fact it's one of the 2x4 thick pieces. This thing's made of titanium. Like it's rock solid. You cannot like you can buy I couldn't do it anymore. As a child, you could like maybe bite it and leave like a little bit of a mark on it. Right now, I feel like if I bit into this, I my crowns would fall off. I'd be in hell. This thing they make them stronger. I I don't know what this is. They hit me with the freaking Nokia phone, man. It's like the same. It's the same thing. Well, I can't. I'm gonna bump it down one. I know this is sacrilege. I'm gonna bump it down one because I think it's ultimately a phone. It can't really hurt me. So I've got like eternity to try. You know, they are bricks. No, they are. They are bricks. But it can't bite back. It's all smooth edges. You know. So no matter what, I like it's tough, but I win. I don't think there's a world where the phone wins because I have eternity to take it apart, and it just has to sit there and take it. Now this is a modern gaming computer. You look at this wrong and it falls apart. I'm gonna put it in my favor because it got all the fans and spinning blades and it calls the cops on you. What are they gonna do? I'm a white man. Cops are gonna show up, see me beating up a phone, and be like, "Proceed. Have a good day, sir. Cheerio." There's not gonna be a problem. Rubik's cube. Uh, you could. It's I that's easy. Rubik's cube. I think it's GG easy. Like I feel like if you give me a Rubik's cube right now and ask me to solve it, I probably break it. So I think we're good here. I haven't done this one because I don't know what it is. This is okay, scooter. It's like bike. It's like this, but it's smaller. But scooter ankle though. We have to consider scooter ankle. that is no. You're forgetting about scooter ankle. This is motorized scooter ankle. That's just coming at you with a servo motor behind it. It'll fuck you up. Have you tried? Okay, because at university and college, people would ride these and just leave them out everywhere, like everywhere. And sometimes just to get out of the building, you had to move these. They're heavy as shit, man. Like picking one of these up, you wouldn't think it. It's so heavy. This thing, like if I had to take it apart with my hands, I would not even know where to start because it's just two solid steel beams and nowhere to like grip them or break them. I don't think I could. This is a glass window. I'm gonna say it's in my favor because I have to fight it with my bear, like unarmed combat. So I do gotta like punch through the window, and that'll probably hurt. So I'm not saying it's GG easy, but yeah. The yellow pages. Okay. I'm a Burn Lime scooters or tanks and have those tiny wheels that I've never ridden on one of them because you need a driver's license to ride them. At least here in California. I don't know if that's the case everywhere, but you need a like a driver's license connected to your account to scan them and activate them. And I still don't have one of those. I have a learner's permit. So, since when? I don't know. It's like a thing in California, I'm pretty sure. Hang on. Uh According to California's vehicle code, it's necessary to have a driver's license to operate an e-scooter. Is that what an e-scooter is? E-scooter. Yeah, that is an e-scooter. Yeah. That's what these are. This is an e-scooter. It's necessary to have a driver's license to operate an e-scooter. It doesn't matter which class driver's license you have so long as it is legal. Anyone over the age of 16 years old that has a learner's permit to legally operate an e-scooter. Because they have a motor, so they count as vehicles basically. I think is what it is. Like they have an electric motor and you use them out on the road, so you have to at least be like aware of the rules of the road and etc etc, and you can get up to like decent speeds with it. So they make it like it counts as a vehicle. If you don't have a car and need a scooter, Yeah, I don't yeah, I don't know exactly what the deal is with that. What about e-bikes? I don't know. Let me see. I assume you need it as well. Oh, what? Apparently, are they? It sounds like they're going to start giving out licenses for e-bikes. There's like a bill being proposed. Like this is recent. It's February 12th, 2024. So this is like a recent thing where they're like apparently going to introduce like a license for e-bikes. Seems like. Anyway, Yellow Pages. Um, I think it's. I think it kind of lives with the Nokia phone. Like it can't hurt me very much. It could give me paper cuts. Let's not forget, it could give me paper cuts. But in general, I don't think there'd be an issue. But okay, I'm going to in half of the spine. Can you? I mean, I guess at the spine, it's only as thick as the spine, right? So that's not so bad. Okay. We've just about hit the 2 hour mark, and I'm gonna try. Don't leave. Don't leave. Don't leave. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned, viewers. I'm gonna try to send you over to Valerie's stream. I'm gonna try a raid for the first time. So let's see how that goes. Stick around. Let's see how how that turns out. It's been real. No, you stick around for the raid. You leave after the raid if you want, but I don't wanna raid with like one viewer, bro. You guys stick around a little bit. Stay here. And then, hang, in like 10 minutes you can leave. It's fine. Okay. See you Thursday. No, you do not. You okay, we are raiding now.